G'day guys, Paul, Perth FourbeeFour Adventures. Just a quick little video. Now, a couple of people have said to me, are you putting a tailgate sealing kit on the Hillux? And at first I said, we'll see how it goes. But on a recent trip, and I'll chuck some footage on here, you'll notice that, or you may notice that by lunchtime on the second day, this section here was starting to fill up with dust, and it was starting to get, and there's still a little bit in there now, and it was starting to get over everything, and by the end of the day I literally had to brush it out, and the next day as well. So it and that was, you know, a winter trip where there didn't appear to be a lot of dust around. So I thought, why not? And again, I have no affiliation with these guys. Went online, searched. This seemed to be one of the most popular ones, so I grabbed that. It was like $59 or something. So no affiliation with them. That's just the brand I have chosen, and I'm going to whack that on. And we have a trip coming up in 2 weeks out to the goldfields, so we'll see how well it works. Now, I'm not expecting it to get rid of all the dust, but if it can keep it down to a more tolerable level, then that will be good, and it also helps protect the gear in the back of the car. So all right, we shall open this up, check out what's in it. So there's a few, 1, 2, 3, 4 bits there, a couple of bits here that go down the bottom there by the looks of it, and that looks like the seal that runs across the back. And we have some instructions. Now I'm going to do the Aussie thing here, and I'm not going to use the instructions. Oops, I'll be fine. I've got this. You go back and look at the instructions later just to see if you did it right, or when something doesn't quite fit. So the things you do need for this is some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, just to clean up the surfaces, a cloth obviously to wipe it with, and a pair of scissors to trim off the excess seal. So without further ado, we'll put this stuff on. So just looking at all the bits, this obviously runs across there like that with the sticky side there. These bits here are for the lights, so they go in there. This one here looks like it runs up, I'll get the right side, runs up on that seal there, and of course these two here go across there, like, I'll get the right one, there we go, that fits in there. So of course that's on that side, this goes that way. So there we go, without further ado, we'll give it a bit of a clean, and then we'll start sticking stuff on. So both of those done. That's pretty clean, just do that a little bit better in there. Okay, seems to be stuck down. Now we want this one. I don't really need to clean that because it's not sticking, but I'll give it a wipe anyway, just to make sure. Probably only really need to clean the stuff that's going to stick. Now I appreciate that this is not going to make it completely waterproof or dustproof, but if it helps eliminate some of it, then that is good. So we'll just start from the top there. Now that's not quite going in there properly because I've got the canopy on, but it might take a bit of tweaking to get that one to sit in properly. That goes in there. And this one is a stick-on one, so it goes that way. So we'll give this one a bit of a clean. Get rid of all that dust. That literally runs up from the bottom of that one, or from the top of that one, up there, and may or may not need a bit of trimming. Might just leave that little bit of excess up there because it doesn't quite seal in here with the tailgate, so I might just leave that little bit of excess there and see if that helps. Otherwise I'll trim it off later, because when you're washing the back of the car down, if you hold the water on in this section here, the water will actually go through. So that's those two. Now the big one. Cleanest it's been since I bought it. Alright, that runs across the very top of that. Just make sure it's the right length to go all the way across, which it does. So we'll just peel a little bit back. Get that started. It's probably best just to peel a little bit away at a time rather than peel all the tape back and lose half your stickiness on the seal. Now, excuse me while I just turn you around. There we go. And we'll keep going along here. Just go through and push it all down. Seems to stick pretty well, so it's done all right. And there's a little bit of excess left over, so we'll just trim that bit off. Sharp pair of scissors would always be handy in this instance. Not a blunt pair like this pair. And there we go. That's one side and the centre done now. I already cleaned that one off. All right, so we put this one on this side. Basically just repeat what we did on the other side. Stick that down there. Now the reason I'm starting at the top there is because there's a little cutout rubber and there's a cutout section of the seal that goes over that, so just to make sure it's lined up properly. Let's start at the top. And funnily enough, it fits perfectly. But yeah, I will just have to try and knock that in with a mallet or something. Oh no, that's gone in. That's all right. It's just this bit of seal up here, which is from the canopy. So normally, if you're sealing a tailgate that's just got a lid on it or something, I guess you wouldn't have to deal with that, but I do. So that's that bit, and we'll just clean that bit up. And that runs up there. This is actually the hardest part, is getting the tape off the sticky stuff. It's terrible. There we go. And there we go. It's as easy as that. And now, see, the Aussie thing to do is to go back and have a look at the instructions. Yep, got that bit right. 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 See, who needs instructions? Especially when you've got YouTube that you can go onto and have a quick look before you do it. All right, that is done. Now, hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll, well, not hopefully, in a couple of weeks, we will be out on a trip in the Goldfields region somewhere, filming for the channel as usual, and we'll give it a good test out and see how well it seals. So hopefully it cuts down some of the dust anyway, because summer's approaching and that's when it gets really dusty. So hope you got something from this video. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.